Good day, everyone. Today we will be discussing the Stijl art movement. In this video, we will be discussing the following: the introduction, origin, key ideas, timeline, application of the Stijl, and conclusion. Now, what exactly is the Stijl? The Stijl, also known as neoclassicism, was an influential art and design movement that emerged in the Netherlands in the early 20th century, particularly in the years leading up to and following World War I. While it was primarily an artistic movement, its principles also had a significant impact on architecture and design. Who created the De Stijl art movement, or how did it come to be? In 1917, two pioneering Dutch abstract artists, Piet Mondrian and Theo van Doesburg, founded De Stijl. Originally a publication, De Stijl, which means style in Dutch, was a magazine in which the artists promoted their ideas on art and abstraction. De Stijl soon became a full-fledged movement which advocated a visual language consisting of precise geometric forms like primary straight lines, squares and rectangles, and primary colors. Next, we will discuss the key ideas of De Stijl. The first key idea is abstraction. De Stijl artists sought to reduce their work to its essential elements by using abstraction. They believed in simplifying and distilling artistic forms to their most basic components, often using geometric shapes such as rectangles, squares, and straight lines. The second key idea would be neoclassicism. De Stijl artists embraced neoclassicism, which is a style of art characterized by a limited palette of primary colors, red, blue, and yellow, and non-colors, black, white, and gray. These colors were used in specific arrangements, such as Mondrian's iconic grid-based compositions. The third key idea would be geometric shapes. De Stijl artists favored the use of geometric shapes, especially the right angle in their work. These shapes represented a universal language of form and structure, free from unnecessary decoration or ornamentation. Number 4 would be anti-emotional. De Stijl rejected the use of emotional or subjective elements in art. They aimed for objectivity and rationality in their work, seeking to create a visual language that was free from personal sentiment. Number 5 would be deconstruction of traditional art. De Stijl challenged traditional artistic conventions and sought to deconstruct and redefine art. They believed that through abstraction and simplicity, they could access deeper levels of meaning and expression. And the last key idea would be manifestos. De Stijl was known for its manifestos and publications, where members outlined their ideas and principles. The most famous of these was Theo van Doesburg's Manifesto of De Stijl, which articulated the movement's core principles.
De Stijl, formed in 1917, was built on the principle of simplifying artistic form to their essential components. Its ideas included a focus on geometric shapes, primary colors, and straight lines to create a visual language with universal appeal. The movement sought to achieve a harmonious balance between art and life, aiming for a utopian vision through abstract, non-representational art. They aim to break away from the past and create a new, purified form of expression that would resonate universally. By 1922, the De Stijl movement had solidified its principles. It continued to focus on the use of primary colors, particularly red, blue, and yellow, along with black, white, and gray. The artists associated with De Stijl, like Piet Mondrian and Theo van Doesburg, further developed their work, emphasizing geometric abstraction and the use of straight lines, right angles, and rectangular forms. In 1923, the De Stijl movement continued to flourish, exploring the application of its principle in various artistic forms. Artists associated with De Stijl, such as Piet Mondrian, Theo van Doesburg, and others, further refined their use of primary colors, geometric shapes, and straight lines. The movement influence expanded into architecture, interior designs, and even future design, aiming to integrate their ideas into a practical, everyday object. In 1925, the De Stijl movement continued to evolve and expand. Artists associated with the Stijl, like Piet Mondrian and Theo van Doesburg, continue to develop their ideas of geometric abstractions and the use of primary colors. The movement's influence extended farther into architecture, interior design, and furniture design.
However, by this time, internal disputes within the movement had started to emerge, leading to some fragmentation and divergence in the interpretation and application of the style principles among its members. Despite this, the movement's impact on the art and design continued to be significant. Between 1929 and 1930, the Gestalt movement had significantly declined. The internal conflicts and differing interpretations among its members led to the dissolution of the movement. By this time, many artists associated with the Gestalt had moved on to explore new directions in their work, with some embracing different styles and ideologies. While the movement itself faded away during this period, its influence and legacy persisted, continuing to impact modern art, architecture, and design. By 1935, the Gestalt movement had effectively ceased to exist as a collective force in the art world. Many of its key figures had moved on to explore new artistic directions or had passed away. However, the movement's impact continued to reverberate through the legacy of its principles, influencing various fields such as modern art, architecture, and design. Even though the movement formally disbanded earlier, the ideas and aesthetics of this style continued to inspire and shape the development of modern design and art concepts in the years that followed.
First, in fashion industry. The steel was used in the fashion industry to demonstrate originality and have diverse beauty types. An abstract aesthetic drove a lot of design and provided fashion a striking look. It was incorporated with vertical and horizontal lines as well as primary colors. Technological software. The use of a small square to make it simple is a significant design idea that is still used today. They utilize it to create designs that are precise and accurate, symbolizing the exactness and efficiency of an app icon. Furniture. Horizontal, vertical, and diagonal lines derived from the steel concept create a harmonious and balanced aesthetic that generated a sense of order and simplicity. It performed to achieve this through the use of dominant geometric shapes, clear lines, and simplistic colors. Architectural design. Applying the steel to architectural design enhances its intrinsic appeal and simplicity, resulting in a greater impact in architecture. Architecture proved to be the ideal art form to represent the steel due to its ability to transform space, surface, universal ideas, interior and exterior.
To end, this style was characterized by commitment to abstraction, simplicity, and the use of primary colors along with a focus on geometric shapes and the reduction of forms to their essential elements. Its key characteristics are the use of primary colors, abstraction, geometry, asymmetry, and manifestos. This style was not just an artistic movement, but a philosophical and cultural one as well, with its members seeking to create a new visual language that reflected the ideals of a more harmonious and ordered world. That's all we have today for the Gestalt movement. Thank you.